Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. Today is August 21st.
He's nervous.
8:34 p.m. I'm here. You're sitting here with Rodrigo.
You're sitting here with Brian.
What was my name again?
Anthony.
Oh, that was
my
perfect.
name's Anthony.
Man. We didn't even plan that.
I'm also Anthony.
So how's it gonna work? Like, what we're gonna call each other by?
Okay, so we have our.
We'll just leave it there.
We just end the podcast there, guys.
Well, you're set in stone.
Yeah.
You are Anthony.
Yeah. Today you'll be
Because we
Milano.
have big news for you.
Oh yeah. Oh, do you want to do a drum roll? So for everybody listening.
Dude, this thing's like going crazy over here.
So we came up with a name. If you're listening to this right now, you're probably on SoundCloud because we just got it. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, no problem. I told you I'd do it.
Yeah, he actually did it about, I want to say, 10 hours ago. He actually pulled in the clutch.
I did.
So we had the episodes up. They're up now on SoundCloud. You could look it up. Our podcast name is...
It's absolutely terrible.
And that's actually the title of the thing. It's absolutely terrible. So
Yeah.
we have our first official guest, because our first guest wasn't really official. He was
We brought him on board. So every
Yeah.
guest we have,
we're gonna end
we
up
bring him
having-
on board. So we're going to have like a 100-person podcast by the end of the year.
Sounds good.
So today we're sitting with Anthony. You want me to say your last name?
It doesn't matter, man. It's
It's
cool.
up
No,
to
let's
you.
keep it
We
Anthony
can just go
Anonymous.
Yeah, let's keep it
This is
Anthony.
serious.
Anthony
Yeah.
Anonymous.
Yeah,
Anthony
Anthony
and-
serious.
Today, for today's episode, we're gonna keep the feature with Anthony. We're gonna actually just use your last name for today's
Ant.
episode. Nah,
No, that's a bad idea.
no, we'll
I
keep
like
you in
that.
Milan. No, we'll keep him in Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Milan. Yeah.
Or we just say Milan for today. You'll be
Oh,
Milan,
good.
and then next week, unless if the next week's guest is another Anthony, that's gonna be messed up.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
Then you
No,
never
the,
get.
the next guest is gonna be Rodrigo.
Oh.
I gotta find a Rodrigo.
Yeah, good luck.
We're just like I'm just gonna walk on the
Find
street and like,
different-
what's your name? Like, what's your name?
Not Rodrigo. Not Rodrigo.
Or go on Twitter and like the first Rodrigo I see, like, you want to be in our podcast? Like,
Yeah, we'll fly you out.
I'm DMing actually Rodrigo.
I'm like, why did I get this message? All right, so I did get a tweet somebody because I asked people to send me a question. I got one tweet. And yeah,
Oh my
look,
god, that's so
Solid.
cool.
Whole tweet.
I got
Like it.
one solid tweet.
Are you trying to make a hashtag?
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out.
What
I just
is
said I didn't have a hashtag.
Like
I just said ask me questions.
Ask terrible.
Well, now that we could say hashtag absolutely terrible.
Wait, no. Ask absolutely anything. Hashtag ask absolutely anything.
That's a lot.
Boom.
I don't think
Done.
anybody
That's
can
a
remember
lot-
that.
that's
No,
a
but
lot
that's
of
why
info.
like our dedicated fans
That's a
will
good
only
one.
respond.
You like it?
It's a good one. I would do it.
So the person they actually asked me. I guess they listened to last week's full podcast, and they said that we didn't talk about the guy who climbed the Trump Tower.
Oh
That
yeah.
that we talked everything, but besides that during
Oh
the
yeah, I
week.
forgot.
Did you hear that or did you see that? No. Some guy he like went through it. Did you
Yeah.
know the story?
Yeah, I saw him. Let me see. That was like a couple weeks ago.
That was there last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean the only thing I remember was that he was climbing it, but like the day after he surfaced on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like I don't even know if it was him, but it was some guy claiming that it was him.
and he got millions of
And
views.
he was like, Mr. Trump, I need to tell you something, and it's very important. It's of the utmost importance. And like I scrolled down in the comment section on YouTube, and somebody was like, he's gonna ask him to prom.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I don't know. That guy's like, I mean, he never got to ask Trump.
He never
his
got
question.
he never got to the top though. That was the thing I found funny. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he made it to the 12th floor.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like they should have just let him. And, like, you know.
just climbed. The
Yeah, I
whole
mean,
way?
what was he gonna do when he got up there? Like,
Did he think he was gonna be in the
yeah, he
building?
was probably gonna pass out anyway, like the thin air, like fall back.
No, but the thing that they should have made a commercial on was those things that he was using the stick-ons. Like, that was a great That was a great advertisement to whatever company they use
Oh yeah.
to stick. Because he didn't use a rope or nothing.
No,
He was just.
I heard he
doing-
used Brillo pads.
Really.
No, I'm just
No,
making it
I
up.
don't know what that is.
Something, huh?
He's scraping the glass.
Something.
All right, so Are you a fan of the Olympics?
That's an absolutely terrible question, by the way.
Yeah, so thank you.
But that's what we want. We want the worst questions ever. We want the most terrible questions.
It's so weird now that we have a name for this podcast. People are probably like, are they joking? Is it really called it? No, it really is called Absolutely Terrible. You can find us on SoundCloud.
Yes.
But, did you, have you been watching any of the Olympics or anything?
Watching a little bit here and there.
What have you?
Just like volleyball. And
Of course.
Stuff like that. Of course volleyball. I can't help myself.
I'm hoping it's the girls that...
It's everybody.
I was actually watching, the guy, the runner, Usain Bolt. I thought that was, dude, that guy. The memes came out when he won.
See, if I had a name like that, I'd be fast too.
With the Bolt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of obligated.
To be the fastest?
Yeah.
Your name's Bolt.
No, but to say you're the fastest human living in the world, I think that's that's an interesting thing to say.
If I would just call him the fastest human that got an opportunity.
Oh, you think you're faster?
I know I'm not.
Somebody told me, the Jeff Plane told me. I was speaking to him this week. He told me that he said that one time he.
Dude,
without
he's like
training,
20,000 miles in the sky. How did you have a conversation with him?
Well, the person behind it, he told me that one time without training that he tested himself and he was like running at 25 miles per hour. I was like, dude, why aren't you in the Olympics? Like, what the? I didn't believe him, but
I'm giving like these ridiculous like, shoulder movements. So Jeff, if you're listening, Jeff Plane.
That's an inside joke. Every time a plane comes by, we say it's the Jeff Plane. That's actually something on.
We've given them too much time on our podcast already. Yeah.
So this week, I mean, what do you? As a guest, I mean, I want to say thank you first. Usually, people always save it for the end when they say thank you to the guest and everything. But
dude, I thought it was over. I was like, the tsunami's coming. So our studio's like a garage, right? And like we have the door open about maybe a foot, and I'm scared because I think something might slither underneath. And then there's like these leaves that were rustling about. Yeah.
Sprinting across.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's Usain Bolt.
Yeah. He just ran around the world.
He made his presence known.
He heard us talk about him. He just sprinted through the
We heard the boom like a minute later. Boom.
All right, man. That's the one thing I'm scared of, tsunamis. Like, if I were to ever die, I would hate to die underwater. Like,
yeah, it's not a fun way to go. No.
Yeah, think about it. Lake Michigan, you just see it up in the sky, and then all I would be scared if there was a shark first. That would be one.
Sharks are bros. You just got to be bros back.
I heard that if you ever get attacked with a shark, if you guys want to save your lives, punch him in the nose.
You boop him in the nose or you gouge their eyes out. But just leave him alone. If you're just like, hey, shark, you're just being a shark, I'm going to let you be a shark. He'll be like, what are you? Thanks for letting me be a shark. You know? He's cool. They get it.
Yeah?
Yeah, you don't need to bop them. Just leave them alone.
See, if I was a girl,
well,
I'd be
I don't
scared.
think you have the chance to bop them. They more like smell you and...
Yeah.
No, I would be afraid if I was a girl. Because if I was in the water, catch me on the wrong day of the month, it's over for me.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just like shaking my head like, what are you saying?
I don't know if that's how it works.
You just like eliminated half of our listeners.
I'm pretty sure. Well, now we're back down to 2 listeners. So, well,
We're back in it. All right.
So this week's topic.
What is this week's topic?
The ocean.
No.
Shut up.
No, I mean, I don't know. We brought a guest on.
Go ahead, kids. What are we going to do here?
Didn't you have like a whole thing planned out?
No, man.
Like, dude.
I came here and just.
Oh, I love this.
We're
okay.
improv.
I love it.
I love that. Okay, I'll talk something personal. This week it was not a rough week, but I had
personal.
I start crying on the podcast. No, I was actually down, dude. I don't know why. Like, we live in Chicago, and the weather's going back down, and this is usually when I get like. The change of weather gets me just...
I literally just got my air conditioner fixed, and then like I step out of my house, and it's like super breezy.
66,
I'm like,
like 66.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, I hate this time of weather, because I know what's around the corner, and it's...
Yeah, it's going to be rough shit, but...
They said this year was gonna be supposedly a bad winter. So
They say it
Who
all
said
the
that?
time.
The gopher?
They're trying to scare us.
they're trying to what?
They're just trying to scare us. Stay in your house.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rough winter.
The
Stay in the
government,
house.
right?
Yeah, well,
The conspiracy on that.
conspiracy.
I love this.
No,
This is great.
For another time. Conspiracy.
No.
We have you here now.
Do you like?
I mean,
conspiracy?
they're fun. They're fun to play around with. I definitely have some of my own little ones.
Really?
But they're fun.
Share,
to play around.
because this is
We
all
gotta,
Brian
we gotta work
talks
into
about.
it then. We gotta work our way into it. And then they'll find their way out of my head.
What's like a big? I mean, what's a big conspiracy of this week that you have? Nothing.
Oh yeah, that Hillary Clinton's sick.
God, this guy.
Wait, what do
She
you
needs
mean?
to cut us a check for us talking so much about her, dude. Like, I'm so get tired of Hillary Clinton. No,
Well,
but go
like-
ahead, say what you're gonna.
No, like supposedly like her quote unquote bodyguard, which is like her quote unquote medic or whatever,
Mhm.
has like this thing that he keeps like poking her with, and they're saying that it's like some kind
Oh
of
my
medication.
Yeah, if she's got diabetes or something.
Diabetes. No, but she has well, because like a few years ago she like fell, she hit her head. She has like she has a brain like a blood clot in her brain. It was like serious.
Really?
She fell again like in 2011 or whatever, and dude, did you see the video?
No.
Okay, so there's this reporter talking to her,
Sure.
right? And she's like surrounded by reporters. And the reporter asks her a question. You guys can't see me, but she's like spazzing out like in front of everybody. She's like,
Really?
and then she throws it off and pretends like it's a joke. She's like, ha ha ha. And then the reporter's like,
So what's this?
she's like backing up, like freaking out, like what the heck is
Like
going
a
on
seizure?
with this lady? Yeah, she had like a seizure in front of everybody, and like,
So is
and what makes me so mad is that happened plain as day in front of everybody. If you watch the video, you don't have to be a doctor to realize that, dude, she just spazzed out, right? Like something's not right.
Yeah.
But like the next day on like CNBC or whatever, like the news, they were like, right-wing conspiracy theorists are saying Hillary Clinton's sick, but they don't show anybody that video at all, you know? And some guy so ignorant was in the YouTube comments, and he was like, oh, this guy, I forget his name, Paul Joseph Watson, who made the video, he was like, oh, he just edits the clip. Like, dude, she was spazzing out for a good like 10 seconds. Like, you don't edit that. What is, like, did he edit like the reporter's reaction?
So what's
like,
the conspiracy
people are
behind
so
it?
blind. Well, the conspiracy is that
She's a robot.
well,
She had a
she's
manufacturer.
like, it's being held from the public.
What? Is she
by
sick?
Yeah, especially by the media. I mean, like a few years ago in 2008, John McCain, they made a big deal because he was old. They were like, oh, we need to see his medical records. And then now that Hillary Clinton's like going to be president, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. What are you talking about? She's not sick, even though she's like, in her
Something's
late
wrong with her?
60s or whatever. Anything could
she's
be
in
wrong.
there. She's up there, way up
I mean, to be fair, like we should see Donald Trump's medical records too, but he seems fine.
there. He's a psychopath, that's all.
That's how you feel
Is he a
about
sociopath? Yeah.
Man, dude, this guy got
he's a
like
sociopath.
super.
You're not. So I'm taking you're not voting for him.
No, I'm not voting for nobody.
Really?
If I
Well,
had
But
to,
nobody's the best candidate.
If I had to, though, it'd be Hillary, because Hillary has a background in politics. Like, she
See, but,
she gets it.
Do you smell so much? I'm like smelling my water.
Yeah? Is that how you feel right now?
No, but anyway, what?
No, but didn't you say there was a third party you were trying to put the world on? What's his name?
Wait, what?
The third party guy?
The third party candidate's name is Gary Johnson. Guys, he needs to be at 15% in the polls. So if they poll you, I mean, I doubt that they will because they only call people on home phones. But if they poll you and they ask about Gary Johnson, tell them he's awesome. He needs to be at 15% in the polls.
To be considered one of the nominees?
No, to be on the debate stage.
Oh, okay.
As long as he's on the debate stage, he's not going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool, but like, as
Just
long as
to
he's on
have
the
a third
debate
option?
stage, somebody
what you're
can
saying.
hear how stupid the other two candidates are.
Wow.
You know. So yeah, just get him on the debate stage. We're not like I'm not asking you to vote for him. Just like I want a third option, guys. Like I'm sick of this two-party duopoly. We've had enough of it. Like in our lifetimes, we're all like super young. We've never had a third-party candidate on stage. Like that was actually like a couple years before we were born. Like in 91 or whatever. Or maybe like right when we were born. Ralph Nader was the third party candidate. Ever since then, we haven't had a third party candidate on stage. That's a long time, dude. That's my whole life. That's ridiculous.
I got a teacher in college. He said he literally said yes, I want to be the president of the United States at some point in life. Like he wasn't kidding at all, and he's getting to that age, and he's just super laid back, chill dude, but he's super intelligent, and he told us completely sincerely I'm going to be the president of the United States when 10 years when he reaches the age.
Yeah. How long ago was this?
3, 4
10 years ago.
Yeah.
I know he's still
His name was Barack Obama.
Yeah,
you may have heard of him.
Yeah, that would have a good ending to that one.
That would have been a great story. That would have
been amazing.
That's crazy. Oh, he can still do it. So I'm guessing he's a young dude. He's probably 20.
Probably close to 35. He's close to 35.
35.
Yeah, he's up there.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe next year, next 4 years.
Dude, I'm still scared about that, bro. What's a conspiracy though that you have? That
I got too many, man.
Just share your favorite one. I like to hear because he's a big conspiracy theorist.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I take government unclassified documents and I tell you about them.
Essentially, this is.
I don't know if you should call it conspiracy, but
no, go ahead.
I don't know, just stuff with drugs and stuff, how certain things are illegal. That's where a lot of my stuff goes for. How it can actually help everybody.
That's not even a conspiracy. Nixon started the drug war.
Yeah.
It's come out.
Oh yeah.
To incarcerate black people and Hispanics and liberals.
Yeah.
It's come out.
For sure.
I mean, unbelievable. You know.
But I'm talking when you get to crazier drugs.
Oh yeah.
LSD.
Sure.
If they knew how to harness LSD, have you seen V for Vendetta?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That we talked about that
on
the show.
Yeah, last show. Are you a listener?
He's I've never heard this. Never again.
Well, yeah, just like that. That can actually happen. That's
the last time we talked about that, we actually said because we were talking about the
maybe the drugs will start a revolution.
That's what we're going for. We're going for revolution.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, we need to go that route. Otherwise, nothing's gonna change.
What kind of revolution are you talking about?
The movie?
Violent?
Yeah.
No violence. That's the problem. The violence is the problem. No.
Yeah, but peaceful revolution.
Yeah, why can't we all just get along?
Exactly.
We've been preaching it forever.
But people don't follow it.
Yeah, because people are religious.
Whoa. There was a wrench, and then he threw another wrench into the podcast. And you just alienated another half of our listeners.
No, but
this is good.
No, that's true. Because you have to have an open conversation in order for people to...
Yeah, you can't sugarcoat things.
Yeah, because then...
Yeah, otherwise I'm not showing up anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We need you on.
Yeah, no, of course. But, no, you're right. the whole... we talked... We haven't touched on it, fully, but we talked a little bit about, the drug and how we think it should be. We don't see it of being... Brian... He's gonna run for president. This is legit. This is the reason he's doing a podcast. So he shows
it's
people.
Self-promotion.
Yeah, it's a self-promotion for the next 15 years. So if he does become president, guess who's next to him?
I think we were talking about it last time, and I think drugs is something that you could do whatever you want.
That's his point on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's your body.
Yeah.
You should be able to do whatever you want. As long as you don't harm anybody
My
else.
argument is, I say that they have liquor available and it's at every corner store. And when you see it, more people don't have liquor than they do when they smoke. Right? Marijuana, you could use it as a medical drug and it helps people, with eye problem, whatever, and it's a great pill, but just people... I don't know if it's because the government's scared to... make it legal and then they're gonna lose money on it, or I don't.
100%.
What? That's the whole thing.
Money. It's all money. Always is. Always will.
Yeah, that's why we went into Afghanistan.
It's always money.
There, what was the plant there?
Oh, because they're trying to build, industrialize some more.
Well, it was there was a plant in Afghanistan that the Taliban burned down. It's a drug. And the Taliban, who was our, mortal enemies. They burned all of the crops. Technically, according to the government, they did something okay. But when we went in there and invaded, the crops sprouted back up and we started producing them and selling them again. But this time American controlled.
But what was that, drugs?
I don't know.
It was just some type of...
Something. Started with P.
P?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a plant.
Pea
That starts
plant.
with a P. Yeah.
It was a
Plant.
Yeah.
See.
Opium.
Was it opium?
Opium.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So funny, we go in there, we take over, and opium production skyrockets again.
That's cool. You know what happens. No,
So-
drugs are cool. It's not just people just abuse them, just like alcohol. If you abuse it, it's a problem. So that's why they like people will abuse them. So we have to make them illegal. So they're like, boom, done, because people cannot control themselves. Because it's a rough world out there.
But I don't
Yeah.
think. I mean, what are you gonna do if you're stoned out your mind? You can barely. It's not like you're gonna
That's
go.
why you don't do it that way. That's why you just put regulations on it, and they can't measure how stoned you are or whatever. So they're like, we can't legalize it yet.
I actually had a talk of mine with a friend of mine. He actually said that if you ever get a DUI, they could actually measure how if you're under the influence, even if you're high.
Yeah. Now they can. Now the one breathalyzer does for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
All right, then we're on our way.
And then they're gonna put that thing where you can't turn your own car on,
Right.
like until you breathe in the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you breathe on there?
We're on our way, man.
Oh my god.
We're on
Oh,
our
I
way.
just heard that the remember that guy who wrote the book about the Bin Laden raid? No, remember the guy? Remember the SEAL Team 6? Like
Indulge us.
They yeah. Well, SEAL Team 6 in 2011 raided Bin Laden's like house or whatever, and they killed him.
Sure.
So the guy,
You mean his cave?
no, his house with Coca-Cola and like cable TV.
Really?
Yeah. So they raided his house, they killed him, and one of the guys like wrote a book about it. So now the government today ordered him to like all of the money he makes from the book has to go to the government.
Because it's a story of them?
Yeah, well, because he like I guess he released unclassified information, or whatever. I mean, still you can punish him for that, but like for all the profits to go to the government, I'm like,
I mean,
come on,
that's
dude,
crazy.
you can't take somebody's work, labor, and
Yeah.
just take it.
That's
Like,
what
that's-
you do when you're the government.
Yeah, but that's the big government I don't like. You know, where you work hard and then they take it away from you.
Yeah.
You know, for crying out loud, the guy's like one of the people who killed Bin Laden. You know, like shouldn't we be like, you know,
Praising him and...
yeah, shouldn't the government be like, oh yeah, you know, you're
Yeah,
the best
thanks,
ever.
dude.
Yeah, thank you. You're so brave. No, but they're like, we're gonna take all the profits from your book ever. Oh, and including past profits. So like whatever he has in his bank basically goes
Yeah.
to the
Just
government.
took everything.
I mean, that's unbelievable in my opinion.
On that.
Should he be punished? I mean, yeah, he signed an oath and a contract to like not say anything. So yeah, but like the profits from his book, like what are you doing? You know?
They're taking his income. I mean, you gotta hit... If you're gonna hit somebody, hit him where it hurts. And for guys, it's their wallet.
Well, but you have to see the opposite end of the spectrum, which is it right for the government to take the fruit of your labor?
No, that's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
is incorrect. But I mean,
Right.
if they're gonna attack
No, I understand
somebody...
punishing.
Yeah,
I
if they're
understand
gonna attack
punishing.
him, but
like
for what, though?
I mean, like, dude, the profits from his book, I have to look it up.
Sure.
But like we're $20 trillion in debt. I highly doubt that the profits of his book are going towards anything.
Oh, yeah, it's not gonna
They're
be-
going towards interest payments on our debt. Like, what are they going to? You know, why are you taking this guy's money and amongst other people's money as well
Yeah,
through taxes and other things?
that's interesting.
Yeah, governments are rough. That's why we need the revolution. But we need to figure out how to do it. It's hard.
What kind of revolution would you have in mind, though?
Just something where people can just freaking, we can like stop this war nonsense and like communicate and just flow and like keep the earth around a little longer. Because
Yeah.
we're just knocking it out way.
So better, like cleaner energy, no wars.
All that stuff's cool, but it's a lot of BS tied to it to get there. Like they don't need to be pushing it the way they're pushing it right now because
Mhm.
it's not ready.
In what sense?
So like electric cars, yeah, those are cool, but they're not ready yet. It still takes so much electricity just to charge a battery and whatever. And
I mean,
Have you heard of a Tesla?
yeah, I know
I mean,
Tesla.
I
That's a good one, but for most of the, surrounding citizens, they can't afford a Tesla.
I mean, I don't think that's the issue. I think since the government's like regulating everything, they're making laws about everything. I don't understand why they haven't. If they're going to do it, I don't understand why they haven't made a law that says every gas station needs to have one electric pump. If they did that, I mean, I bet more people would buy electric cars. But right now, it's like, what? There's like one pump every 50 miles, you know? Like, come on, dude. Like, that's ridiculous.
Well,
you
the
know?
downfall of that, it's not only, okay, you're getting a better deal on that because you're getting, like, let's say you buy a Prius, right? Like, let's say you buy a Toyota Prius and you're spending, let's say, $20,000. The big difference on a hybrid car is, let's say your battery goes out in the car that we're all driving right now, right? Let's say your car, my car. We'll go to AutoZone, we could replace it. Max is maybe $350. If the battery goes out in a hybrid car, just be ready to have $4,000, and that's the least amount that you'd spend on a battery for. I mean, it's a great car. Yeah, you're gonna save. You're gonna save money on gas, but think about the long run.
You
like,
spend that money.
Yeah,
so
you're
all
gonna
that money you saved, you'll spend on
gas,
the battery.
You're gonna spend on the battery, and you're gonna be wasting more money.
But you still save the environment.
Do you really? Have you ever smelled a Prius? A Prius smells like vegetable oil. I hate the smell of a Prius.
let me tell you something. Okay, so I'm glad you said that. Do you really? Because no. Because pollution is mostly caused by agriculture.
That is true.
I mean, like,
cows are number one.
All of this meat production is just killing the planet.
That's not what I meant by, like...
We're just totally deviated.
Like, where you guys go? No, but, okay, so what kind of...
He just let us talk.
Do your thing, man.
We took a left side.
Go ahead.
No, but go ahead. I mean, you're our guest, man. You're the voice of honor for us today.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
So, but okay, you said the movie. You brought up the movie earlier. I remember seeing that. All I remember from that movie was a guy who was fed up with the government, and then he like destroyed the whole town. Right? Is that But he did it by himself. Was it or? It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
Yeah, it's been a while
since I heard. All right.
Such a great song.
Yeah, catchy.
Yeah.
But it's... Well, yeah, you were singing that
all
all
the
the time.
my hands
yes, sir.
up high.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I just remember that. But no, it's like the government's trying to do stuff with like drugs and experiment on people, and you know they get all locked up in this big prison and they're tortured, blah 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 blah. But like there's like something happens and it starts blowing up, and you know there's this guy that just emerges from the flames and stuff, like all burnt up and everything. But he's like the only one that survived. Mm-hmm. And like he knew everything that happened, he remembered everything, so then he like took on the Guy Fawkes, you know, it's time to start a revolution. Like he took the violent way, blowing up buildings and stuff. So like
to
sort
prove
of violent,
a point, yeah,
but not too violent. You know, he wasn't killing people, so that was good part of that movie. He didn't like really kill people, like just to go nuts. But yeah, it's just people need to like come together like that and like talk about revolution at least, like get the idea spread around so we can build a government collectively, but like it doesn't get around enough, so it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So like that's why you need to get like voices out there, you know, get basically famous, because that's what everybody pays attention to. So go get famous and then start talking about, you know, try to put it in wherever you can put it in to be like, hey, we can do this together. We can build this great government. We just have a larger scale now with different opinions. Because when they did it, you know, however hundreds of years ago, they were like, 50 guys like just discussing things.
But this is literally what we talked about last week, like about the Constitution and how it came up.
Should I change your like category to news and politics?
No.
I'm just jumping around. I'm just jumping around with, like the revolution thing.
No, yeah, of course.
I'm just carrying on a little bit.
No, that's funny you say that, because I told Brian, because Brian was talking about like how he's like, if you read the Constitution and you follow that, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it'd be better. But
yeah. So I went back last week and I started reading the first sentence and I stopped. I didn't read the whole article. I'm sorry, I didn't read the Constitution of the Americans. But basically, like, I'm not in politics, but basically what he said was, he said if we all followed that, then it would be a great law. But it's same thing.
It's a check and balance on government. So it's like it literally tells you what the only thing government's supposed to do. And a lot of our issues today are because government does like 80 billion things that are not in the Constitution, Yeah. So
it's all technology. And
like the education Department of Education, like what's that all about?
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Carter, but that was like the most useless like agency ever.
Yeah.
Like education's up to the states, not the federal government. So I don't understand its purpose.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I had to do a whole thing on that when I was doing at Marine Valley. I had to like talk about articles of like what was it? That new thing they were trying to put out, just like so everybody learns basically the same thing. There's no state control. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and the danger of that is that I'm not saying our government is evil, but it leaves a space so that the government can actually, all of our books and stuff are censored by the federal government. And to me, that's really dangerous. Because right now, think about it. Is it really a mistake that nobody knows what the Constitution says? I mean, is that really a mistake?
No, because we're so distracted.
Well, I mean, not only are we so distracted, but they don't really teach it in school.
Yeah, not anymore.
I mean, 8th grade, like, isn't that a little too late, like, to learn the most important
document? Too early, yeah, no, too early.
No, I think it's too late.
Why is that?
I think it's too late. I think it's something that should be taught in the beginning, like next to the ABC.
What,
it's like freedom.
Then. I think then a reminder then, when you get older, they should teach it like in high school.
I think they should, like, every year, like, they should be talking about, like, there's a history class, right?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't it that, like, every year you're talking about, like, you know, not just the wars and stuff, but the importance and the people and the history.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson, all of these really important people that founded the country. Why aren't you going into the history of those people? And I want to know.
They have dirty past.
Because think about it. If you're like, what would you teach somebody how to speak English in 8th grade? Like, you start at the beginning, right? Because it's easier. Like, and that's how you build. That's how you build upon. And if we're gonna have, like, a deeper thought process and understanding of what our government is and the importance of the U.S. Constitution, then you have to start from very young. It's not brainwashing. It's just telling them, hey, this is the document. This is why we exist. Mm-hmm. You have the freedom to disagree with it. Like, we're not saying agree with it, but, you know, this document is giving you the right to even, like, be here, you know, and, like, talk.
Yeah, really good guidelines, just, like, from their understandings, you know?
Yeah.
Because they were all so close together.
Yeah.
Now we just, what are we close to 9 billion now? Are
9
we up
billion
there?
what?
9 billion people?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
It's like 8 billion or something. Yeah, something like that.
It's really hard to get everybody on the same page.
Well, I mean, that's dangerous. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't want to, you know, do one world.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean,
just
like so people can get along. Like, you know, everybody's learning just like things that are more specific to like their country and against another country.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, it's just getting taught wrong, and
Mm-hmm.
like we don't have any collective like understanding of like just treating anyone, no matter who, you know, out of these 9 billion people, no matter what country, just treat them correctly.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
That has a lot to do too with like, yeah, you're right. Like, education in every country is totally biased.
Right.
Like, if you read,
and it's different though, because a lot of people who come from different states, like a lot of foreigners, when they come into high school, elementary school, they're 2-3 years level higher than, like, let's say you come in like 6th grade, right? We're all learning 6th grade left. Let's say you come in from, you know, wherever country you're from, you come in. And then you actually have like a freshman level reading or, you know, whatever math skill, because, you know, just the different learning and the schools are longer and everything like that. So I think it's like you said, it's all up to, you know, the state and the country itself on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, leave it up to local and state government. I mean, and that's the reason why this ACT stuff exists and all these testing.
I think it's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, me too.
It's not going to determine.
Well, no, what it is that it's like a measurement, like, because we are in competition with all these countries. Like you said, they're a little ahead of us, but like we're a little different because we have like 50 states managing their own education, so we're not all gonna be
on the same level.
On the same level. So if, in my opinion, the way it should be is if states want to compete with like China or something,
just like the Olympics,
like why can't Georgia like compete with China? Like, each individual state should compete with all these countries, you know. But don't judge the whole country based on, you know, our
because
failure,
like, let's say we have 2 smart states, and then because all the 48 are
and
dumb.
I'd say they'd probably be smarter because they're doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
But like the only way we're gonna actually like improve education is to like let local and state governments do what they want with education, and then you take the best, like what works. Each state can like replicate it, you know.
Yeah.
But like, right now, it's like a one-size-fits-all. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, state and local is still in charge of school. But, like, with this ACT and all this garbage, you know, like, you have these tests that don't really matter. You know, they're not doing anything for you. I mean, you can get straight A's in high school, but if you fail that ACT, if you spell your name wrong, you get, like, a 6. Yeah. Like, you're probably not going to get into any schools, you know.
It's funny that you mentioned that. We actually have somebody sitting down right now who's about to be a senior.
Yeah.
So would you get on your ACT? Did you get the score?
Yeah, I got a 26.
There you
Holy
go.
Shit.
There you go. That's good. That's a great score.
That's Milan talking.
But
AKA number 2.
However, like, I feel like with the ACT, there's no like point in doing it. All you're doing is like learning strategies to beat the test. Like every 2 months before the test, every week, one teacher would come in and just explain like strategies to basically like cheat the test.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no point in like even taking the time away from the classroom from actual material which you have to learn just to practice a test which is supposedly to help you, to judge you.
Right.
26, wow.
Based on 4 years.
Well, I mean,
I don't even want to say my score.
Well, I
now.
mean, like,
I did really bad.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, like, numbers aside, though, I mean, I think what you said is absolutely correct. And we have to stop being so distracted by scores and all this stuff. Because that score really, I mean, you did awesome.
Yeah, you did.
But it really means nothing, you know, in reality.
Yeah.
Like,
no, there's some
like,
people that are proud of that. There's people that
I know it's ridiculous.
That,
like,
oh, my SAT, I got a 1300, and they feel proud because it's like, okay, what are you doing with your life now?
Yeah.
You're still flipping burgers. It's the same stuff. Like,
are you a billionaire?
Yeah, like what's the point of that? It's like.
By the way, guys, Donald Trump is a billionaire.
That's cool.
Let's ask him what he got on his.
They probably didn't.
They didn't have it.
Wait, so
Cool.
something interesting I think that's happening in his life, and I think it would be cool. Tomorrow you're starting your first day.
Yeah.
Senior year,
Senior year.
dude.
Wow. That's
This
awesome.
is crazy to me,
Top
dude.
dog.
I talked to a lot of people today who were like going to college tomorrow for the first time. I was like, my stomach kind of hurt with them. I was like, man, that's kind of, you know.
No, but
like,
college
like
is
that thing.
different, though.
College is different, but it's a totally new environment. I mean, it's like, you know, more free roam and people are adults and, you know, you're afraid of looking
You're
like
adults.
questionable.
You're adults sitting with.
Well,
kids.
I'm just saying, like, you know, they're a little more, you know, it's a different environment.
Definitely a different environment.
It all depends where you go, but.
Yeah, like I went to ISU, party school, straight up. Like that's all that like happened around there.
Yeah.
Because it was like the campus was humongous.
This just got interesting.
Did it?
Yeah.
It was
Talk
interesting,
about-
like, 20 minutes ago.
No, but yeah, the campus was just huge.
ISU,
So
what school was that?
that's Illinois State down in Normal, Bloomington Normal.
Oh, no.
Just down there. But no, I was only down there for like 6 months, just because it was just
2
didn't like
semesters?
school and just one. Didn't like school and my roommates were horrible. It was ridiculous. Like
Yeah?
they weren't in college, so I was the only one that had like homework and like had It was
So
just
what were they doing?
Oh, yeah.
It was a house off campus.
Okay.
And they just moved out there just cause,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, they
If
just
you're not
They
gonna go
just
to
wanted to
college,
live
then
that
move.
lifestyle,
Yeah.
but without the school.
they just wanted to be away from.
That
their
sounds
parents, I
great.
guess.
Like, school's the biggest problem. Like,
Yeah.
why not just live that lifestyle without the school?
Yeah, for sure.
If they're just gonna party and stuff.
Yeah, but one was working at like Dunkin', and then the other one was working
Dunkin'
somewhere
Donuts?
else. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, like she just had the house and just wanted to be out there, I guess. And I had another roommate who was super cool, super chill. I miss that guy because you know if I had to sleep, I was like, dude, I gotta sleep. He'd shut everything off.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, he'd pop his headphones in and be like, all right, I got you, bro. You know, but yeah, I had to leave because the other two roommates would just be up till like 6 in the morning, like loud music, drinking, just like drinking, just like every day though. Like out there, you don't party on the weekend. You party Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, I see.
Even Sunday. Even Sunday. I thought Sunday was chill out day.
So like Monday, Tuesday's like serious.
That's
like,
yeah.
I
Monday
gotta
and
do my
Tuesdays always
work.
serious, but everything else party.
Jeez.
Destroy our living.
I know.
It's crazy out there.
Did you like it though? How was that experience?
I mean,
well,
it was-
he's going. Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to go Urbana right now.
He's trying to.
That's
So that's
a good
another
option.
part of
That's
school.
that's definitely part of school, but it's like their education is better out of there. A lot of successful people come out of there,
Mhm.
so that's a
You gotta
choice.
you gotta make this family proud, bro. Because I was a fuck up on it. Let's just keep it honest. Like you're the last string from our family that like if you make it, I'll be like, all right, cool. What are you trying to do? Architect? Or?
I changed it.
Yeah, that's gonna happen
Yeah,
a couple
you get.
more times.
No, I know that's gonna be like 50 more times.
Yeah. When I
But what
went
is it? What is it now?
Some type of engineering. Kind of looking for more towards like aerospace engineering.
Wow. Cool.
Cool.
Hopefully.
That's
Sounds
dope.
good, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow it.
Yeah, when I
If it
went-
Well,
feels
take
right-
classes. Yeah,
if
take
it
classes.
feels right, man. If it feels right, do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel that already in your chest, do it.
When I went to school, it was like I was there for political science. I was like politics. I've always been interested. But then
This all
like,
makes sense now.
but then I was like,
This makes sense.
but then I was like, I'm gonna follow my dreams, and I love filmmaking. I love like movies and stuff, and like that was a big passion of mine when I was like 14 or whatever. But you know, like what Northeastern had like 4 film classes, you know.
Mhm.
So I transferred into political science, and you know, political science, they had some interesting classes, but you know, you have to kind of make a decision, and that's what's scary, and that's why you will change your mind a few times, because you're gonna go in those classes and you're gonna be like, this isn't what I thought it would be, you know, or these aren't the people I want to hang around with for the rest of my life, because that's also a big commitment.
Sure.
Especially in politics and stuff. You get some annoying people, like who think they're right about every single thing, you know?
Like Brian?
Yeah, yeah. No, man, I'm not right about everything. Most things, but.
I just wanted to jump in here and talk about how this is the ADD circle, because we get off topic a little bit.
No, that's
please bear with us.
Welcome to our podcast.
Oh no, it's
absolutely
I just want to bring up how just ADD is just happening. Lots of ADD.
Actually, on my report card, I always had check marked needs to exercise self-control. And I still have that problem to this day. Yes.
I mean, you got. I honestly
talk
think,
a lot.
Honestly, I think everybody's given a talent, and you just got to find it, and just if you believe it, man, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's hard. Like, we don't know where we're gonna be, but like you grow into. I mean, what did you want to do when you were like young?
When I was a baby. I think I was
as
going,
soon as you were
I was
born.
going FBI. I was told
Really?
like from like 5th grade. I was like FBI. I was
See,
like,
for
I'd be
me,
good.
I was a lawyer. Like ever since I was like 7 years old until.
That was your parents, dude.
No.
You want to be a lawyer. You want to be a lawyer. He just doesn't remember
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
No, my parents. I'm sleeping at night. They're like,
what kind of kid wants
we
to
want
be
a lawyer,
dude?
we want a lawyer.
Unless you're
son."
watching like Daredevil or something, what kind of kid wants to be a lawyer?
Better Call Saul.
No, well, I don't know. Usually, because our family, like, I would see our stuff, and I was like, man, like all these, like, we would deal with lawyers a lot when we were younger, and I would see that, and I was like, man, all these guys are like corrupt. I'm like, you guys are getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to, like, my thing for a cop is when I started taking classes when I got into college, like, you have to learn how to defend somebody who's guilty. So this was one thing I found interesting. Like, if you're taking a law class and they tell you, let's say you're my lawyer, right? I get the privacy of silence with you, right? So you take my case, I'm paying you, and then we'll be in a room like this and whatever. You just like you would say, are you innocent or are you guilty, right? So let's say I killed somebody, right? If that was the thing, and I would tell you, look, I killed the person. But now you have to. No. That's imaginary. No, but I'm saying like you're allegedly. But no, your job as a lawyer is because I just told you that you can't use that against me.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what you signed up for.
Exactly. And then basically, so now that you know I did it, now you got to defend me because that's what I'm paying you for. But a lot of people, they're not going to tell you, hey, I did it. They're going to try to lie to themselves. You know, probably the biggest case would probably be O.J. Simpson, like something like that. That
this guy's obsessed with O.J. Dude. I went into his
conspiracy right there.
Yeah, I went to his house and there was like an O.J. documentary on TV.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's a great story though.
Yeah, but lawyers are just paid to just be great actors. You just have to be the best actor around, no matter what they throw at you.
Great poker face.
Great poker. Yeah, you just have to be an amazing actor to be a lawyer. If you're an amazing actor, you could be a lawyer.
Actor or liar?
That's pretender.
Yeah.
Actors are just pretenders. They're very, very good at pretending.
Well, Hillary Clinton was a lawyer, like so.
She's a good pretender.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
She's playing the role excellent, dude.
Yeah,
Everybody's
right.
buying it. No, but that's crazy though. I mean, what did you want to? Oh, you said you wanted to be in political something. I mean,
well, no. Here's like, what happened was like when I was like 9, I saw like George W. Bush his inauguration. This was before he was an idiot, you know.
I think he's always been
an idiot. No, but no, but like being 9 years old and seeing that inauguration, I was like, I've always wanted to do something really important. And when I saw him with that black trench coat and everything and all those limos and everything, and I was like, it sparked in my head. I was like, this is the most important thing ever in the world, right? I was like, this is
for a brief moment.
I mean, because no, not a brief moment. You can do so much to fix things if you can. You know, the power to fix things, to make things a little better.
But by the time that you get to that level, you've been so manipulated with people who have the money, which is where the power comes from. It's like you have to respond back to so many people. I don't even think like it's a difficult job, and it doesn't even pay. Like it pays what, $245,000.
Well, we all know that they're actually millionaires.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
fees and all
Obama,
that.
the first talk he's gonna have as soon as he's not a president, it's probably gonna be like $1 million. Just all rich people who want to, who want to spend together and be like, oh, we got all this money. My play costs.
Let me tell you what Sasha Malia. Let me tell you what they did last week. we were out in the backyard, and I was in the Oval Office.
No, but the one thing I would love to do if I was president, I would love to know, like, if it's true, they give you that book about like all the conspiracies that if they're real or not. Like they'll tell you Area 51 and like yeah, there is aliens. Or like that would be the one cool thing that I think.
You know what I laugh about now? Like when they give the candidates like when they update them on security things. I'm like, dude, like they're not really telling you the story. It's kind of like reading a book. You know, and you think you know everything that's going on, but like, you're not. You don't know what's going on.
You don't know how they're saying it.
Yeah. And like, there's like the whole nother level that the president, I don't think even knows about. You know, in my opinion, I don't think.
Oh, behind. Oh
yeah, there's like it's a bureaucracy. I mean, it's a machine that just works by itself, and there are things happening that the president's not even aware of. You know. Yeah. I mean, deals going on, arms deals and stuff that the president gets blamed for, but the president may not even be aware of what's happening. You know.
Interesting.
So I think that's more what it's like.
Yeah, they got a signature on a stamp, you know.
Yeah, exactly. They don't even read. Like, dude, if senators and congressmen don't read the bills, like, what makes you think the president reads, like...
I highly doubt it.
You know? So... Yeah,
you
said you were going to be a cop or something?
No, I said a lawyer, but I think we should go back to, like,
this
week's topics.
There's, like, this bright blue light on Rodrigo's face.
Yeah.
He pulled out his phone.
So, okay, last week... Well, these are some topics we should finish from last week. So, last week, I don't know if you heard, do you keep in touch with, like, pop culture and what's going on? No? All right, so let me give you in tune. So, basically, Johnny Depp, we had a video. We listened to a video. He was extremely drunk, and his like girlfriend tried to catch him. Well, his wife, like of him being an abuser, because he said that he beat her up, and
he was like, "What do you have over there? Yeah. What's that?" And he was like, "There's like this ruffling, and the camera was just thrown. Oh, you see that?" And he was just like threw the trash.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What are you doing?
And we were talking about how it's funny. We saw like Jack Sparrow like just completely drunk. But that's what they are. Like people put these actors in such a high level. It's like they're normal people like you and I. It's nothing.
Yeah, for sure. They know that too.
Yeah, but think about it. If you walk outside or you step out your car and if one person knows you everywhere you go, how would you feel? Like you would feel like a notch up than everybody else, right?
Yeah, but
like people like let's take a picture or something like that. Like for example, this is a great example. This week I know you guys probably don't care. I don't care, but something that was like a big news was Justin Bieber like closed out his like Instagram account, and it was like 80 million people. And I was like,
why does he think I don't care? Like, right? Yeah.
No, but it's like that guy. Like think about it. He's our age. The dude's like 21, about to turn 22 years old. This guy, if he stopped today, I'm sure he could live off his riches.
Oh, yeah, man. He had the gift. He got the right people in the right places, and he was just like, well, look at me.
Do you think it was a gift, or do you think it was talent?
That's actually what he said. Look at me.
I think for, like, people that have, like, he has, like, a basically almost genuine singing voice. It doesn't sound like he's up there BSing it. Yeah. So I think it's just, like, you're something you can get born with, and you just refine it really, really well.
So does that go back to my theory where I said earlier, I think everybody's born with a talent. It's sad because some people never find it in their lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. I totally believe that whole, like we have, like, a purpose.
Yeah.
But you can't get hung up on it or it's just going to slow you down. But, yeah, I totally feel like, well, when we find our purpose, you know, everything just starts falling together. So, like, it helps you survive in society when your, like, life starts falling together. You'll be like,
do you think you have to touch rock bottom first?
I think some people do. I think some people really got to hit really low to be like, oh my god, I got to turn my life around. But for other people, it's just like a support system. As long as you got your support system, you'll find your way to where you got to go.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's deep. So it's like the only thing you can lean on is like who you really are.
Yourself,
basically.
Bro. Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Don't you have to find yourself to know who you're?
No, because think about it. We wanted to do podcasts, right?
Sure.
So we wanted to do it, but we did it. I think you just have to do what you love. Like, just do it. Just do it.
It's good just to
and then you're fine. Yeah, like, and everything just starts,
falling into place.
Yeah,
but I think consistency has to do with it. Like, I can't just say...
Of course, that's why you have to do it. Like
I think
Just do it!
No, like, I think the difference that all these... Like, I don't know if you guys are big sports fans, but I think the reason...
we need, comfier seats here, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you...
Your studio's so cheap. Hey, shout out to potential sponsors. If you sponsor our show,
We'll
we
have
can
cushions
afford
in our
better
seats.
seats. Yeah.
Well, now
and
that
provide better content for the listeners.
No, I mean, people are already not listening to this podcast, so
It's
they're
absolutely
tuned
terrible.
in. Yeah, it's an absolute. This is what they're getting. If
It's
they
absolutely terrible.
if they click, if they're already,
Oh,
if they're
yeah.
still listening. Oh God, there goes the Jeff plane. Jesus, I
Jeff
can't-
plane?
Yeah,
This thing's annoying, man. We gotta get rid of it.
what the plane?
You want me to take it down? Hypothetically.
No, but like what you said, I think that's great. Like, I don't know, cause I feel bad because there's some people, man, that like they go their whole life.
They're like 99 years old and then they find their purpose. They're like,
Yeah.
nah, I want to be a dancer. And then they...
They get that. That's like the biggest thing that scares me. It's like, how much can you try to find yourself before you like? I mean, I
Actually,
think
that's cool because like Steve Jobs had that issue. He always felt like he was gonna die young, and that's why he did it.
well, no. If that's what he felt, I think if you put it out in the universe, it will come back to you. So like, if he thought he was gonna die young, that's why probably he died. Like, you get so. If you say it so many times, it's just
Or
gonna.
maybe
happen.
he just knew it,
It's a
and like it just
self-affirmation.
happened.
Self-affirmations are dangerous. But
Meaning,
you're right. He died young. Steve Jobs died young.
It's probably because
Somebody like parks in the garage for him.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, he did over there.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like it. Yeah, Steve Jobs totally self-affirmated right there. And he was just like, yes, I'm going to die young.
Well, no, but like that was his drive, and he was like, I'm most likely gonna die young, and he
And
was
he was
like,
on a lot of drugs. Did you know this?
Oh,
Did you ever
course.
seen
They
any
all
of the
are.
movies?
All those guys are on drugs.
I heard. Was it you who told me?
all
Thomas?
the greatest people were on some form of drugs.
Yeah.
Didn't they say LSD was Einstein? Like he would be.
That's a big one. Dude, LSD does some cool shit. It takes you just like to different worlds, and it totally changes your mindset about the world.
Really?
Like perspective change, because it just shows you like the power of your mind, like what it can just produce on its own.
Yeah, too bad there's like negative effects.
Well, of course, there's negative
Too
effects.
bad.
You know what's the? I'm gonna be honest.
Can you
with-
put LSD in a video game? Like that way I can play it like with
like in a
in
virtual?
VR?
Yeah,
like,
virtual.
Shoot, I think
Yeah.
a lot of movies are like that, man.
What?
Just like movies, because yeah, actually, that'd be like the best
This
way to
guy's
describe
deep.
it. Yeah.
This guy's deep. Like he's just too deep.
No, because I just
I feel like expanding my mind.
mentally I've been. Through
Okay,
some
I'll tell you
shit.
what. You smoke and you talk to me, and then my mind will open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, here we go. We're doing it.
that's good.
No, for sure. But with that, it's good to describe like a movie that starts.
No,
off,
you said. Sorry to cut you off, but you said something that you've been like on different trips and stuff like that in
He's
your
such a
mind.
host.
What do you mean?
No, I mean.
All right,
just-
Charlie Rose.
No, just I like my mind has been through some shit like on my own. You know, I've been through a lot of stressful stuff. I don't want to get too personal.
No,
but,
sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been through like a lot of stress, just like
What kind of
sitting in
stress?
my sitting just by myself, my mind just going crazy. But,
Sure.
So yeah, I've turned to like I went the like correct way, like go to the doctor, get this thing and
Whoa,
that thing, and
don't
try
do
that
that.
thing.
Prescription pills.
That didn't work. So I was trying my own.
They'll just say
methods
you're
here.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just say you're crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they'll basically string you like they're probably the biggest fiends because they'll get you hooked on a drug.
Yeah, it's on purpose.
Yeah, and why do you think there's a prescription?
Yeah, that's why you have to keep changing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
They only
I'm-
get stronger and
Yeah.
stronger. But why? Because they want to get us to be numb,
Well, it's it's
and they want to be able to control you, like what we were talking about earlier. But they
Exactly.
do that with pills,
Exactly.
and that's why when I go to a doctor and they say, "Hey, this," I'm like, I'd rather not trust you. Like,
How about broccoli? Did you ever mention broccoli? Like you never
Yeah.
like they failed to. Well, it's funny because they're doctors in medicine. That's what they are. So don't be surprised when they prescribe you medicine.
That's-
They're not nutritionists.
prescription drugs.
Mm.
Prescription drugs are a temporary like hold, like they just kind of keep you going because you're like, all right, I'm gonna go get this prescription drug. They say it takes like 6 weeks to kick in. All right, I'll hold on for 6 weeks, and then I'll start to think I'm feeling better. And
It's the placebo effect.
yeah, everything placebos you. I mean, there's certain ones that interact with your metabolism that are weird, that are not. I'm pretty sure not good for you. But like I had some that I would sweat. I'd just be sitting here minding my own business, just like very calmly sitting here, sweat, just like for no reason, just
Really?
like doing absolutely nothing, no metabolic
No
stimulation,
cardio or nothing?
just start sweating, like freaking out basically. So I was like, no more of that. But let's just go back to why I do other shit. But
Are you sweating now?
no, I'm just trying to.
But have you ever done LSD, or is that
Yeah.
too personal?
No, that's cool. I recommend if you like. I don't want to say I recommend, but there comes
Where
like
do you get this LSD from?
we don't talk about that.
Oh no, I'm not asking for any names. I'm just
Yeah, we
saying.
don't talk about the soap.
Here's
but-
my card.
Yeah, for sure.
Leave it
I'll
in
take
the
this
car. No, honestly, I've never done anything like that. I mean, I don't even think. Probably, I don't know.
One of the best things, like when I was done with it, like when I was finished with my trip, my friend said it's a reset switch because that's kind of what happens when you go up and you go to this glorious place that is way, way, way up. Like
Have you ever
colors
have
are
you ever
better.
seen Limitless, the movie with?
No, people told me to watch it. Though.
Dude, shut
No.
up.
No, because I was gonna say if it's compared to
Let
that
this guy
movie,
talk.
that movie
It might
has.
be.
I'm like with my mouth open, like
Sure,
just
sure.
like.
Stop. Cut it out.
Go ahead.
No, but it's like it's really cool. Like it's like you
So
gotta
you
make
say
sure
colors.
its colors are super vibrant. Like you can see like different details in different greens. It's like it's not just like, oh, that's bright green, that's a lighter green. No, there's totally like.
Would you
see
say
the
your
scale.
brain's operating at a higher rate?
I think we for technology we devolve, but for sensory we evolve. Like that's like our senses go up by like 100, like times 100. That's just like
Right.
a side effect. But
Like your senses, you're talking about like
your senses, your sights, your sounds mostly. I didn't really eat anything or do nothing like that, so I didn't know with that one.
Did you
But-
do this like in a closed environment, or was
Yeah,
this
it
out
was
and
in a
about?
comfortable place.
Okay,
that's,
okay.
That's the secret. You
Okay.
gotta do it somewhere extremely comfortable.
So don't do it at a music festival.
Don't do it at a music festival
Okay.
if you've never done it. Yeah,
Okay.
bad idea. Because you're gonna be scared.
You're
not
gonna like
know where
bite
you are.
someone's ear off, really?
No, it's just you can get scared because like you kind of forget like what's going on. Like when you're coming down,
Uh-huh.
you have to like that's what's a reset switch. You
Right.
have to almost relearn like that the TV.
So if you're in a
that's-
room, like since a room is limited,
right?
right?
Yeah,
What
it's a
what
little
is that
scary.
experience like?
It can get a little claustrophobic,
Oh.
but that's only if you have like anxiety problems. So
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
myself, anxiety problems. I probably shouldn't have did it when I did it, but I'm still glad I did it because I reached such a high point where I laughed so hard that I snorted, and I've never ever snorted in my entire life, and like to this day I still don't because I totally don't like laugh at what a lot of people laugh at,
Right.
which is a problem. But I'm just glad I reached this high point where like that's my brain can do that. Like I'm capable. It's in there. I just needed the right sort of stimulation, but like
Right.
physically. I couldn't just like, read a book and get there. But the way down for me was like frightening cuz I started going in circles. So like I saw something and then I saw it again. And then I saw something and I saw it again.
Were you walking in circles?
Mm-mm. I was
Oh.
sitting down. Like my friends were with me. We're just like watching a movie. But like they were talking and like it was just so wild, like the delay in my understanding of what was going on around me. Like one of them threw something, and then like I remembered it because they threw it like 5 minutes ago, but it took me 5 minutes to process it.
Wow. So it was in
So,
slow
like,
motion.
It wasn't
Somewhat.
even slow motion. It happened like this.
Mm.
Like when
But
she,
it was late.
but I saw it 5 minutes later.
So are you thinking in those like that time span it takes to like receive the information?
I think I'm just learning like what that just like because there was so much going on around me because I was watching like 4K. That's way too vibrant.
Whoa,
When you're
yeah.
when you're tripping, that's way too vibrant. Like that totally like I saw like it was the what did we watch?
Do you kind of feel like it's a window and you're just like peeping through
It's
the window?
It's a window, but it's all animated, so it's weird. It's not like oh you're a person. That's normal when you're coming back because you're just a human. You see other humans. But we were watching Minions. I saw a minion and I was like, "What's a minion?" Like I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And then I had to just like.
So it was
come
a
back.
total reset of like you
It
just
totally
went.
resets your senses. It's crazy.
Jesus.
Like my buddy was doing a thing because he has like experience because he's smart. Anyways, but he was messing with the volume and it was on like 30, and I was like, "Dude, I can't hear it." So he turned it up and it was like loud as hell. Like I still couldn't hear it. So he turned it down to like normal volume. And then eventually it started getting really loud for me. And I was like, dude, that's too loud. And he turned it down like to like 2. And I could hear it great. So like my everything just started coming back in like waves.
So your sixth sense. Did you eat anything to like
Did I what?
eat anything
No. Did
to
you?
like explore that taste? Like,
Oh,
would you have
no.
a different taste?
I was
level?
more worried about just coming back to reality. Because like I came down really hard. Because
Uh-huh.
I've never done it. So I had no idea what I was in store for. So like if you've seen Hercules, you've seen the pit of souls that he falls into.
Yeah.
That came over my body.
Holy
like I was
shit.
just like, it felt like that face. I don't know if you remember the face that you see in that pit.
Yeah.
But just like the scream face, basically, that like came over me, and I was just like, whoa, like whoa, oh my god, like I can't believe that just happened. But I'm glad it happened because like it showed me like these different like depths of my brain that I've never been to. I've seen different regions, like different capabilities that I can just do. I just have to figure out how to get there without killing myself in the process,
Right.
Without screwing
Do you think
myself
there's
up.
a way to get there without, doing these things?
I
Because
think-
now that you've seen it,
Yeah, I've been there.
Have you done it more than one time?
No.
Oh, it was one
Because
time.
it freaked
huh?
me out. But I gotta try. I gotta get back in it and not be scared of it, so I can like learn how to use it. Because I want to do it in like lower doses. Because I did a high dose. Because they were like, dude, if you're gonna like break it in, break it in.
Gee, what kind of friends
Yeah,
are you?
No,
it's
it's
terrible. Yeah.
They were just like, okay.
I trust the hell out of him because like he's he just has experience, so I just trust him, and I was like, all right, cool.
But you gotta know everybody's body is different. Like, let's
No,
say if we give it
for
some-
sure, but he's been looking out for me for however
Yeah.
forever. So I'm like, yeah, if you say cool, I'll do it. It's fine.
I don't trust anybody.
I
that
wouldn't.
much,
That's
ever.
my biggest thing.
It's
Well,
not-
like
Even if
that-
Brian, if we were on this podcast
Yeah, I would
and
never-
Brian was like, "Yeah," I would be like, "Sorry, sir."
I mean,
I'm not."
even somebody I've known for years, like I could never put my life in there.
The reason
you know?
why, because I don't know what's in there. That's why when it comes to weed, I don't trust it. Because I remember one time, God, I don't know, I don't want to get this personal, but one time we're at it was like a graduation party, and people are drinking, smoking something, and they're all passing, the joint around and everything, and so I take, I try to be cool. I'm like, and I just blow it back out. But when you're doing that, you're not really inhaling. Like a lot of people that they smoke weed, they think they're doing it, but they're not. The purpose of it is when you hold it in and you inhale it, that's when you get a high. A lot of people just go, they do it like a cigarette. They blow it in and then blow it back out. But you're not getting an effect of that. You're just getting the smell.
You're supposed
Right.
to inhale cigarettes too, but
Yeah, but that's the worst. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but
Yeah.
people that don't are just new smokers.
Exactly.
And if you see someone that does that, knock that out of their hand.
They're wasting time
Yeah,
and they're
exactly.
wasting money
For sure.
on
Yeah.
that. No, but so that happened, right? So then the party goes on, and then one of the guys who supplied that drug. I mean, I only did one hit of it, and I like I said, I never did. I wasn't like a heavy smoker or anything. So when I just blew it out, it was whatever. But there was a guy who was tripping, like he was like an animal. Like at the corner, he was just like he was freaking out, and like what you said, he was sweating. He was that. Come to find out, at the end of the party, they had laced the weed with like cocaine, and I was like, "What the?" And my mind blew. I was like, "Oh my!" Like just the fact that that people, and you just never know who's doing it, right? You
Yeah.
don't know unless if I have a drug farm and I'm planting the seed, I'm watching it grow, I'm giving the flower, I'm giving the light, and then I'm like, okay, cool, let me do that. I know where it's coming from, but somebody that you don't know, especially at a party, don't ever.
Well,
Dude,
yeah,
it was.
never.
Do you know what that means? Laced with cocaine. It's basically saying, "Here's weed, and it was mixed with cocaine."
Yeah.
So you're smoking cocaine.
Yeah.
I was a crackhead. I mean, not me, but like the other. I mean, it made sense for the guy who was on the floor. Like, especially if that was his first time, he was just like sweating, and
Yeah.
it's a crazy
He had
thing.
no idea, so he probably couldn't make sense of it.
How long did the whole trip for you last?
You have to commit yourself to 6 hours. Minimum.
Jesus.
So 6 hour minimum.
And that's how long it lasted.
Yeah, and I took it at like 3 in the morning though. I screwed up. I took it at like 3 a.m. So I was usually sleeping,
Yeah, of
from
course.
3 to 10 maybe. And I had to stay awake through this whole thing somewhere that wasn't my house. Shit got scary. Because I knew the sun was out, but I also knew I couldn't leave. So it was like, it started tripping me out.
Did they keep you in the house?
They didn't keep me, but I just I had to wait.
Oh, so you were in. Okay, my question to you: were you in conscious? Like, did you know what you were doing?
I knew, you start to lose. It's so crazy, I was going to say the story. It's a good story. But no, but it's just, you lose a lot of your sense of, where you are for a long time. And then, you start asking, and, people have to comfort you and, let you know where you are. I held my friend's hand. I was like, dude, hold my hand right now. I'm freaking out. And he did, because he got it. He understood. But it's totally, as long as you're surrounded with people that can just keep, letting you know, you're good. It's cool. We're good. You're okay. You'll make it.
So if you're by yourself,
If you're by yourself and you go in a bad route, you're in some trouble.
you might
You're
end
just
up
gonna lose your
outside.
mind.
You might, because you have visions. Your brain starts creating images to start making sense of stuff.
So you're questioning things,
Yeah,
if
so-
they're real or...
Yeah.
Wow.
That also, no, don't start thinking. Don't start questioning. Don't start thinking. If you got to go into it, ready just to enjoy. Put on put on chill music with, cool visuals. Like, don't just go in to be like, I need to get something done, like accomplish something. Like, I did a little bit of that, and it got scary. So.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's a good time.
Like billionaire scary?
Hey, dude, people come up with crazy ideas, and like
That's
seen,
amazing.
Like,
I would
artwork and
never
stuff.
take
Never
that
say
risk,
never,
though.
but
No, I would never take that risk though.
yeah.
Yeah,
You don't trust.
No.
I would get scared in my mind. Like I'm a guy who thinks like.
They've been using it because you guys know mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, psilocybin mushrooms are like natural. They come from the ground.
Yeah, of course.
And they just make you feel better and experience different things. So LSD does like the same thing.
But medically, is it like combined with?
Medically, it's different chemicals. LSD's more potent, obviously, and like the trip's a little different. It doesn't like make your vision blurry like mushrooms would. I've never done them, but the stories. But it like gives you the same effect, and it's just like quicker and easier, and like they've been using it for people with like just mental health issues, like in low doses, like a 20 whatever, I forget the unit thing on it, but they'll have like a 20 unit, and like people can just like get through their day on that, just feeling better throughout the day.
Wow.
So they're trying to
because
like
it controls their brain. It puts them in a different mindset.
Actually, I think it helps you like see things and just like feel things better. Like so the day and everything just feels better. So like why would you not feel better if everything just feels better? So that's why like it's a slippery slope for sure. Because like you can probably build a tolerance and all this nonsense. So it's hard to, figure out how to regulate it. But it's still just like I think it's good because it just helps you like if you go to a bad place, helps you experience stuff and just make stuff feel better. So your brain, it'll essentially teach your brain that like life's better, like obviously with some sort of stimulation. But if you can't get there on your own, start with the stimulation and try to teach your brain, try to remember what that felt like. Try to teach your brain to do this more, because it's just better. Life's better this way.
Yeah, that's teaching yourself that life isn't all misery and what you see. And
yeah, for a lot of people deal with all that craziness,
right.
Where it's just rough.
There's another
out there.
side, like a free side, basically.
Yeah, there is a free side. You just have to find out how to get there, and not die along the way. It's hard to get there.
So basically, it's like, because I know a lot of people don't feel free.
Right.
Like you feel like told what to do, and you're living somebody else's life. You don't even want to be there.
For sure.
So basically, this is your way of
escape.
It is escape. Yeah, it's a way to unleash your mind.
Yeah, but definitely don't look at it as an escape. You can't ever do that to yourself. Don't look at it as an escape because then it just turns into a problem. Mm-hmm. If you look at it as a time or a place to make forward progress in your own mind, in your own life, use it to that advantage. But you can't like abuse it. When you abuse it, it becomes a problem. Then it becomes illegal. Then, blah, blah, blah. But they can all be used for good. Yeah, not all, but I think a lot of the
yeah, because I don't think crack cocaine will be used for anything.
You think about how that's like
meth.
think about how that's
that one's
refined
scary.
with like gasoline and stuff like that,
What, crack?
Like cocaine, but I don't know how crack was, but cocaine is all soaked in gasoline. Like holy moly. I'm pretty sure, if you drank gasoline, you'd die.
Yeah.
But for like LSD, it's all like I used to look up like the chemical makeup and everything. It's all natural chemicals.
Okay, it's just mixed together.
Yeah, it's just like in a lab and like it just like reaches different regions of your brain, and that's why it opens it up because it's all chemical.
See, the reason I've never been a huge drug guy because I'm scared of my own mind. So like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Giving myself a liberty that I can't control, especially like what you said. If you go under that, I'd be scared. I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah, my reasoning behind it is I like to be in control of myself. I like to be conscious and aware of what's happening. So
do you like planes?
Planes?
Planes, yeah. Like, do you like taking like
Flying?
Oh man, I haven't flown a plane in years.
Not you. I imagine you should. I mean, have you been to pilot school?
No.
Oh no, I'm talking about you being on a plane. You said I haven't.
Am I on some kind of drug right now?
No, because you said.
Why is everyone looking at me? Like,
no, because you said
the ground shakes.
No, because you said we snuck.
My water was.
We snuck it. Yeah, we snuck it.
I put it right in your water.
No, because you said I flew a plane.
What?
No, you said I haven't flown a plane in a while, in a long time.
Plane?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Like been on a plane.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Have you been on a plane in a while?
You said flown on.
No, but that's because that's what he said. I was like, have you been on a plane? He's like, no, I haven't flown a plane in a while.
I made
One
one
small error.
word I got mixed up, and he's just like, you flew a plane? Like, you went to pilot school?
No, but
Anyways, what are we talking about?
no, but because you say you like to be in control, which is for me is interesting. Do you like? I mean, do you like flying or no? Like,
I prefer not to.
because you're not in control. In
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way getting into people's cars, and I feel the same way about a lot of things. Like, I have to be.
Is that a
There.
disorder? What would you say that is?
No, I'm glad you brought that up. No, it's a survival thing. It's not a disorder at all. It's totally survival. Being in control, survival. But that's another
The
good
confidence just makes me believe him. Like,
thing. Man, that's how it's
like, I talk to experts, like medical
That's how you
experts.
sell it. No, I think it just through my own experiences. I've confirmed it. Like I've experienced it and like tested it on my own.
Mm.
You know, I've like analyzed it and then tried to do it again, and I got the same result. So that's just what I do with my brain. You know, and certain like that's how I learned about vibes. But we're talking about you wanting to be in control. That's awesome and really good for survival. But that's what a cool thing about like getting drunk. Like I don't get drunk because I don't like drinking.
He doesn't like drinking either.
Okay, I'm just not a fan.
Yeah.
But I do like to smoke because it's comforting and it does the same thing for me that I think drinking does for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, except for getting like wasted, which you don't do. That's obviously terrible for you. But
Get
getting
what?
control,
You say?
getting wasted. Sorry, I'm like talking over there.
No.
That guy.
No. What do you mean? Like getting completely drunk? Like
Yeah, like
blackout
getting
drunk?
completely
What if there
drunk, you
was a
just
guy
can't do
next to
nothing.
me?
But if you get like extremely high, you can still like do life. I mean, you can't go be out and going to work and stuff. But if you're just obliterated, you can still like get up. It just takes a little bit longer, but you can still see what.
So
you're doing.
your effects are a little bit slow.
Right, you just slow down and more relaxed.
So
But
don't drive when you're high. Is that what you're saying?
No, you can. Don't do. I don't condone it, but
See, I think everybody has something. Because while I don't do any of that because I like to be in control, my escape or my exploration into my own mind is lucid dreaming.
that's see.
I
what?
love
Thank you.
lucid dreaming. I've done
Wonderful.
it for a few years.
Please let me know what that is.
So
Go
lucid
ahead.
dream. Have you ever seen Inception?
Yes.
That's exactly what lucid dreaming is. So you're in a dream. In your dream, you tell yourself, "I'm dreaming," and then you can do whatever you want.
That's awesome.
And to me, that's
You
an
do that
amazing
too?
experience. So we all have something. Mine is a
Yeah,
natural.
That's
you
good
know,
though.
It's a way that I can do things with my own mind without any external substances or anything.
I'm glad.
So yeah, and it's trippy.
I'm glad you said that though,
pretty
because like I want to get on that level,
Mhm.
but I'm like having a lot of trouble just relaxing. Like I just do not unwind well.
Yeah.
Hence, you know.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to get to that level where, because I've tried a lucid dream. You know, I've done it before, like a long time ago. I remember it was fun. I
Oh, yeah.
controlled the whole dream. It was crazy, but like.
And then you wake up and you feel like I had this life. You feel more
Yeah.
fulfilled because
Yeah.
you're like I did more.
Yeah,
You know, I
you
did
saw
more.
what you wanted to see, but like it just like and it's just this weird.
Can I tell you about
experience.
like
Go
my
ahead, dude, do it.
like favorite was
Go ahead, because my
Um,
mouth is like literally open. I didn't know this was
in,
real.
in my dream. I was
Don't
outside
try
of
something.
I was outside of my grammar school, right?
Sure.
And if we're talking about cinematography, it was kind of like this bluish gray kind of scene. I'm holding on to the fence, right? And I feel it like I think I had a window open maybe in my real life, and I feel like the cold like kind of coming.
Yeah.
Once you feel one thing, we were talking about senses earlier. Once you feel one thing, you start to see snowflakes, you know? So I'm like there, and I'm like, I feel the iron, and I'm like, that's the moment where I'm like, I'm here. Like, I've made it. I'm dreaming.
awesome.
So I
Wait,
physically...
your eyes open or closed?
Doesn't know.
When?
You lucid dreaming? You don't know if your eyes are open.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I
Are
mean,
you serious?
Yeah, you have
But
no
like
idea.
I'm holding on to the iron. Your jaw's like open.
No, because I didn't
I'm
know
holding
Inception
onto
was
the
real.
iron and like I know I'm on this street
What the
from my childhood, you know,
Yeah.
and so I make a conscious decision to like look to my right, and I look down the street, and I'm like, oh my god, this is. You get excited though,
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
and that's the hard part is mastering that. I'm still mastering
Yeah,
it.
because you wake up.
Yeah, and then like so I'm like I'm gonna do something big and I'm gonna look behind me and I wonder if my brain's powerful enough to process this image. Sure enough, dude, I look behind me. First of all, it's hard. It feels like you're on another planet. Like the gravity's like really hard.
Yeah.
Very hard to make yourself do things in a dream. So I turn around slowly and I see this wall of colors. it kind of looked like a broken TV. Like, it was just amazing, and I freaked out, and I just, like, woke up. And it's very, very...
And how
very
long was that
difficult
process?
to lucid dream. That process, 5 minutes in a dream, like...
Yeah, because reality and time,
Yeah, it was probably, like, maybe hours when I was asleep.
Maybe, yeah.
But, like, you process time differently when you're...
So how do you go into it, then?
So when you go into it, you're basically... there's a couple things you can do. You can... you have to tell yourself kind of like, I'm going to lucid dream tonight. I'm going to be awake in my dream. You have to make a conscious decision before you go to sleep. And then
I believe in that because last night, like I told you, I had a nightmare.
You did, yeah.
It's because yesterday I was talking to somebody at night and we were just talking about like something bad happening. Well, not bad happening. It was just like a small little thing. We were talking about it. And I dreamt of that. Right? Like that was in my conscious. And I woke up at 4 a.m, like literally, like
to my
like,
podcast cover.
Yeah.
No, okay, so
I texted him at like 4 a.m. I was like,
and this
"Hey,
is
I'm
why,
done."
This is why.
Yeah,
This is why life is so weird. Because like, think about it. The chances of me waking up at the specific, like I was literally up for 3 minutes, and I was like looking at my phone. I was like, "Oh, I'm about to go to sleep. It's about to be 4." And I look and I get a text as soon as I put the phone next to me, I get the like ding, and I'm like, who the fuck is texting me at this time? So I look at the thing, I'm like, Brian, I'm like, what the fuck? Let me see. And then it's the cover for the podcast that you're listening right now. Absolutely terrible. And they just
I do my best work at like 3:30 a.m.
So really?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I mean, yeah, we still.
I don't sleep. I don't get much sleep.
I mean, we're gonna give people insight. We were up for like an hour just texting about like back and forth like, ideas and everything. For this was like from 4 to.
Oh
like,
yeah,
5 in the
and my best work comes out at like I said at 3 a.m. or whatever. I mean, a company name. I got the podcast cover. I uploaded to SoundCloud. I got it to iTunes. I mean, nothing brilliant happens during the day for me. Like this is all in the middle of the night.
Have you always been like that?
I don't know.
Did you train yourself?
I think
Because for me, I'm the opposite. I can't even.
I think I had a graveyard shift once, and it kind of just destroyed my. And it was for like a week, and it like destroyed my whole like concept of night and day, and like now it's just, like at 3 a.m. I'm just at my peak.
So how long do you sleep?
Maybe like an average of 6 hours a day.
Oh, that's not that
I
bad.
hear you on 3 a.m.
I have to get sleep. I love sleep.
Yeah,
How about you?
And if you're gonna lucid dream, please set aside a lot of hours because you have to. There's like a beta phase. I don't know what they call it, but there's different phases of sleep, and you have to get into that 5th hour to really be conscious and aware in your dream. Because if you're only getting like 4 hours of sleep every night, 5 hours. Like now, I haven't lucid dreamed in a few months. It's been a long time, and the reason is because I'm getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and my brain's like focused on the next day. So you don't really give your mind time.
So you need to be at the same way, like he said. You have to be calm.
Yes,
calm.
It's the same exact
thing
experience.
if you're
you have
gonna
to give
go on a
yourself
drug.
time. Like tonight, if I want to make a conscious decision to lucid dream, I have to like be in bed early.
Yeah. You have to be.
To enjoy
you have to be in bed like an hour ago.
Yeah, because exactly. Well, not that long, but yeah.
That's crazy. So basically, you say to yourself, "This is what's gonna happen."
I have a book on it. I bought a book from the thrift store. It was called. It had no cover on it. It was purple. And it's like one of those special books where you're like, oh, it has no cover. It's like the secret information. Yeah, and it was called Control Your Dreams. And I was like, ever since I saw Inception, I was really fascinated by lucid dreaming and everything. I'm
But
not
is that
sure.
possible?
It was
You
not.
can get lost
it was
in your
actually
mind?
a little before Inception. It was weird. It all happened like at the same time. This movie and everything. And I read this book. It gives you tips and like it. I find that stuff like extremely fascinating. I have another book that I haven't even started reading, but yeah, you can.
So you've done it.
There are people who have painted in their dreams and have produced it in reality. Because your greatest work comes when you're not entirely conscious, when you can let go of that side of yourself and let the creative part take over, like you were saying earlier. That is when the best stuff comes out. So technically, I mean, you could,
That's right.
That's why. Is it dangerous though? Like, can you?
It is dangerous. Let's talk about that. It's almost just as dangerous as drugs because you can kind of lose your mind. I was doing.
Is it like the movie?
Yeah. Because I was doing it for days on end. I was doing it for a long time. I was really into it, and one day I was up here in the real world. Well, as far as we know.
Yeah, is this the real one?
We don't know, right?
Yeah.
So I was up in the real world. I was in my room. I was cleaning. I had like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever, right?
Sure.
And there was a pile of them. So I was like looking through them. They fell on the floor, dude. They made a slap sound. Psh. Now, one thing about lucid dreaming, you're extremely conscious of sounds in your senses. They're like times 100, like you said. So when they dropped on the floor and I heard that smack on the floor, I was like, I paused and I like looked around and I was like, I don't know. Like, I legitimately was confused. Like, I didn't know what
reality
where I
was.
Yeah. And that's actually
Holy shit.
that's actually, it's true and it's really scary, and you can kind of lose your mind if you, because I was really liberal with it and I was like, I want to lose my mind. I want to go deep. And like, in reality, that's when I kind of backed away. I had to give it a long break, because in reality, and now I'm not the same. I'm actually not the same anymore, because
what do you mean?
You see me all the time, right? And I'm like, I'm standing.
Allegedly.
I'm standing and I'm like, people are talking to me and they're like, dude, you're like not here. And I'm like, because I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. And that's why I can act as weird as possible, because I really don't care what you think about me, because this might not be even real, you know? And that it
Can
does.
I punch you in the face and we'll test
No,
it out right now?
no.
Live for the audience?
No, I promise you I'll feel it. I'll be mad at you.
That's
no, but like,
crazy.
it confuses you and it just makes you think differently about everything, and you start to think, this is not what I'm being sold. Why are you mad about this? It doesn't matter. Like, why are people?
So you start questioning everything.
You start questioning everything.
That's bad though.
It's dangerous.
It's not. It's not, because
dangerous.
It's dangerous, but in a way, because like a lot of people function on this normal human level, right? And they get mad about things that aren't important, right? And
that's
like,
the one thing I
all of
can
this
say
stuff
about
happens.
knowing Brian, that he's that one kind of guy that really doesn't care. Like, you
I don't
really.
care. Yeah.
I at first when I met him, I'm like, oh, he's just a regular guy who's bottling his emotions. But I've learned the longer we do this podcast, the longer I've known you, you just really don't care. Like, you don't sweat the small things, which I don't like. He said it's some.
Please don't talk to me about the small things. I hate small things.
I think that's bad though, because I feel like you push them away.
Well, it's hard because people function at this other level, and I feel like I'm not cocky or anything, but I feel like I'm functioning at a different level,
at an upper echelon.
And then like, people are like talking about these things, and I'm like, dude, who cares? Like, there's this kid who's blown up in Syria. Like, you have no idea what's going on.
We don't need to
and like, I'm functioning at this level, and people are like all the way down here, and that's the problem. And you see that with our election. You see that with all sorts of stuff. Things happen in front of them. They don't care. They care about what's happening with their family and all of this small petty stuff. And I'm just mad. And I'm like, guys, people are screwing you over every day. We're at war. Like, we're in $20 trillion in the wake up.
And everybody still like hates each other. And it's ridiculous.
And it's like, dude, like, for what?
Yeah.
Your family member did something to you 20 years ago. Get over it.
Yeah. People
Get over yourself. You know.
I agree on that point.
So it's like, I don't sweat the small stuff, and I'm glad you see that, because I don't want to be looked at as somebody who sweats the small stuff. I don't want to be that person. So
what do you think alcohol will do for you?
I don't think it'll do anything for me.
Yeah, we went back there. Oh my god.
I think it makes people. My view on drugs and alcohol has been clear from the get-go. Do whatever you want. I don't care what you do with your body.
For sure.
I'm glad you've done the things you've done, because I've learned a lot of things today. I'm not going to do it. But if you never did it, I wouldn't know anything about it. So we need people to do these things
and have an open conversation, so we learn.
Exactly.
Yeah, you actually just
put your body, dude.
And we're on our way to revolution.
It's your body. Do what you want.
You pushed me away from it, dude. Like,
did I?
But it's your body.
Yeah,
do
like
whatever you
the
want
experience
with
you
it.
just gave me. It's like, I don't know.
You know, I just think that's very important to understand. So, my conscious decision, I don't like alcohol. I will never do drugs. And because I will never be in control. I've seen a lot of people who are drunk and they say things that they don't want to,
But don't you think that's the real them coming out? Because they say when you're drunk, you say the truth.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that wall.
It could be, but
you don't have that wall. It's like, let's say if I don't like him, right? I could pull a front and everything, but
I
get
do that
drunk,
when I'm conscious.
No,
that's good then. That's
like,
good.
you know,
can just avoid it altogether. That's what I do.
Yeah,
I just avoid it altogether.
Like, if I don't like somebody, I'll just tell them, dude, like, I don't, like, there's a problem. Like, I don't like you.
Yeah, I'll just avoid the person if it's a problem, for sure. I'm not going to,
like, you came in with that, and I was like, dude, you smell. Like, you know, like, I'm not gonna like I like you. Like, you're
Thanks,
a great
man.
guy.
You're a good guy, man.
But like, why? Like, are you so like butthurt that like the truth is gonna like ruin your whole day?
Yeah.
Like, just like what? Get over yourself. You know?
Well, he knows it smells because it's
Look, straight talk. We get things moving faster.
Make
like,
it quick.
honestly.
Make it happen.
Yeah, life is short.
Yeah, we don't have.
I
wars.
can't waste time talking about like things that don't matter.
Yeah.
Good. Let's keep this up. I like this. I like
I'm
where
glad.
we went.
I'm glad that this is the part. Oh. Okay.
So we just hit an hour and a half. So
No, we didn't.
yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a great
Oh, we are?
conversation.
No,
Because we kind of have to like put
A time
a
cap.
cap. Yeah, like we don't want it too short, too long because I have this 3-hour podcast in my like phone. It's like a Linux podcast. I'm like, dude, just get to the point, dude. Like their episode title is like what they talk about in the last like 10 minutes of the podcast. Yeah, so
All right. How are we gonna wrap this thing up? You guys just want to cut it right here? Just call it a day.
No, I mean usually we say our shout outs and everything. I mean, dude, that was a great conversation.
yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, guys.
We save like we gotta get better on this. We save our shout outs for like the end when people are already like right now people
We
are
need
like
to do it at the
we're
beginning.
closing.
We're
Yeah,
working on
yeah.
it. beginning,
We
yeah.
can just do some editing, man.
Exactly.
Just get
It's
some
a
editing done.
terrible podcast, guys. I don't even know what you listen to.
Absolutely terrible.
Absolutely.
It's the
Absolutely.
absolute
Do you guys
worst.
do you I mean would you like to know how we got the name?
I mean, you guys will say that for next podcast.
Whoa, I can't wait for that.
I think you're gonna have to.
No,
wait.
I'll tell you because you're a guest.
No, we're gonna have to wait on this one. We're gonna have to wait.
All right, so we'll save our shot.
Is he going to be a regular? I love this guy.
It's a far trip. You live
Right?
kind of far, right?
But I can't fit
No,
you on
that's
the
cool, man.
podcast cover. Like,
Yeah,
it's just the podcast cover is just going to be names of like
Maybe
people
I'll
who are on.
No, he
I'll
could.
visit here and there.
He could be a visitor.
I can
We'll have him
visit
as a
here.
visitor.
You'll be a regular guest. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll work on this.
We'll tell you. So basically, we'll exchange ideas for like the last 2 weeks, right? And we didn't. I mean, so far we've been putting it on my channel, and so far it's just been exchanging ideas. And one time, he sent me something. I sent him a name or something, right? And he texts me back the next day. He's like, absolutely terrible.
No, I'm like, because that's what I always say. Like, I don't do it on purpose. I'm just like, I was like, that's absolutely terrible. And he's like, really? Like, that's great.
Because
and I'm like, what are you talking about?
I got the name like because I sent him this like at night and then he didn't respond to the next day. So when I looked at it, I was like, is this his idea? Like,
yeah,
this is
and I was like
amazing.
saying, no, your idea is the garbage.
Yeah, like he was being, and that's just him being him, and that's why I appreciate people like him because he gives your honest opinion. Some people like they rather be fake in front of you, and I can't.
Sugarcoating things.
Yeah, it's like, dude, be
Yeah, it
honest.
doesn't get you anywhere. Slows you down.
What the
Sugarcoat.
Yeah.
No, but I like it. I like the story. I
like
how
sugar
you were
donuts,
just being
though.
straight up like, dude, this is absolutely terrible. And he was just like, genius, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then from
Genius.
there, so I'm talking to my girlfriend tonight, and I'm talking to her about this podcast cover I'm working on. I'm like, oh, it's called Absolutely Terrible.
was
She's
this
like,
last night? Early morning?
Yeah, and I'm like, she's like, why is it called Absolutely Terrible? I'm like, because it's the worst. It's like it's a terrible podcast.
But tell me it doesn't have a
know?
name, a ring to
No,
it.
So I'm like,
it.
I'm like thinking, and I'm like, Terrible Media. I'm like, that's a great name for a company. So I'm like, Terrible Media doesn't sound legit enough. Terrible Media Co. I'm like, that sounds awesome. So, Terrible Media Co. We're doing YouTube. Me and Rodrigo do YouTube. I'm at BWMedia on YouTube.com. Doing my shameless plug. We have Rodrigo with the Timeline Show.
No, Timeline Show, because people look up the Timeline Show.
Fine. We have Rodrigo with Timeline Show. And
I want to say thank you to the people who actually watched. One of my videos just broke 10,000 views, so...
and thank you
to
all.
everyone.
Like, if anybody is listening who also followed me on Twitter today, it was great. Rodrigo gave me a shout out. Really appreciate it, man. But yeah.
Yeah, you got like 500 subscribers. Like I
I
messaged
got a lot, dude.
Yeah.
It took me forever to make like 100.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, but
Anything else you want to exit with? I mean, do you have we'll go around.
So go ahead. What I want to say really quick is that Terrible Media Co. is going to be the umbrella for all of our video projects. Me and Rodrigo have like this really great passion for video making, and the way we can do that, since nobody's gonna like let us join their little video thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna make our own video thing. We're gonna make our own video company because that's what we do. We do whatever the heck we want.
Exactly.
So
well, it's not even that we do. We're actually taking a step and doing this. Like when I met Brian, he was like, "Oh, I like videos and I like YouTube." I was like, "What's your channel?" He didn't have one.
I didn't have one. Yeah, and the only reason I have one, I credit Rodrigo for this, is
thank you,
because
buddy.
when I met him, he's a doer, and he did it. And I went on his YouTube channel, and there were like videos, and he had like 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, this is a guy I physically really know who is doing it. Why am I not doing it?
But we'll exit with this. Do you think that for me, like I told Brian, I was like, I think that the only thing a man has is his word, and if I give you my word, I'm gonna stand by it, right? A lot of people don't use that.
That is, I'm glad you said that because that's something I thought about recently too. Like that is just dead. Like you can't just trust someone's word anymore. Yeah, you got to know people for a long time, but you can't just talk to someone random and be like, you know.
I hate people who send off.
Yeah,
They'll tell you something.
Send off ain't no fun.
Yeah, I hate people who
like
send
if I didn't show off or show up to this.
I would have been like, okay. I mean, if you give me an excuse like 2-3 days, okay, understandable. But if you texted me like when I texted, or let's say you didn't
Like
respond to me, I'd be like, what the like. At first, I'd be like something probably happened, or you know. But like you showed up, I'm glad you did. You're a first.
No, my
guest, I
first
appreciate
instinct is this guy blew me off. What
Who?
a jerk.
Oh, that would be your first.
Yeah.
All right. So your final words, your final plugs, anything?
Nope, that's about it. Follow
So, yeah,
me
we're
and,
basically-
subscribe to my channel.
Yeah. So basically, that's what we're doing under now. We'll talk about. We'll start the, next week's podcast. So expect the podcast every single week. We've
Yeah,
got-
and guys,
this
don't
is-
forget this is on SoundCloud now,
Yeah.
so you can.
We'll
follow
have
us
it on
SoundCloud.
iTunes.
iTunes is
soon.
the main priority, but it's not going to be there for another few days.
Yeah. So just bear with us.
Next week, hopefully, we'll have it on iTunes, ready for you guys to subscribe.
Yeah. Right now we have, what is this? Our 4th episode.
I think our 5th.
Jeez.
I think it's our 5th.
Yeah, it is our 5th. I think.
No,
I don't know.
no, I think it's our
the
4th.
fourth.
It's our 4th.
It's the 4th, yeah.
Because remember, we were like, this is the 3rd. We made it.
Yeah. Last week. Okay, 3rd to 4th. All right. Since you didn't say anything,
1,000 more to go.
I appreciate you. I appreciate. I mean, dude, enjoy school tomorrow. You
Yes,
have to
good
wait.
luck. Best of
Good
luck to you, man.
Enjoy your senior year. That's all I gotta
Please
say.
enjoy it. Yeah,
Because you'll never have
another
the-
senior year.
Yeah,
ever.
you'll never like. This is your final year. Enjoy every single.
And by the way,
day.
don't waste it like saying, "Oh, I can't wait till it's over." Just
No.
enjoy it.
Enjoy every single day. Even if there's a day that you know it looks down, enjoy it, dude. Like do what Brian did. Just tell people the truth. Be honest, because that's what, like what you said. In order to start a revolution, we need to be honest and we need to spread the word. I think you did a great job. Once again, thank you for being on the
Thanks,
podcast.
man. It's good times. Good times.
Do you have any shout outs you have to say?
I don't.
You want people to follow? Oh, tell people how to follow you and where they can find
I
you.
just wanted to say, read and write for revolution.
And right for revolution.
Do you have any social media you want people to follow?
Social
you?
needs. How about we just find Brian? Let's see, Brian.
Wait, which Brian?
You Brian.
Oh,
Brian,
cool,
Brian. What's your tweeter, Brian?
BWM
B
WM
W M
ED
E D
INE.
INE. So I'm talking about. I'm gonna tweet nothing at you,
Oh, sounds awesome.
Like, what?
and we'll go from
And I'll
there.
retweet you.
I'll see that tweet and I'll follow you
Yep.
from there. But so people, I mean, do you want to give them your name or anything they can follow you?
And-
Whatever social.
My Twitter name anatomically is Noto. Think of it anatomically, and we'll make it happen. Noto.
So they could tweet you. All the girls could DM you there.
Tweet me. Do whatever you want.
Do you mind if girls DM you?
Do whatever you gotta do. You know.
I love it. I love it.
Is it private?
It's not private. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay,
Do your
okay.
thing. Scroll around.
So DM it. Okay.
Dude, this guy's like got like 80 million followers. No,
Stop. 82 million, dude. What are you talking
82
about?
million.
Brian, your
All right.
final words.
No, well, with that being said, I
Brian,
think
you
we're
have
done with
like
the podcast.
84 million followers. I can't believe it.
Oh, those are all today.
Milan.
I've just been
Well-
fascinated by this conversation. I've been transformed.
Yeah, careful.
Like
with
we
it,
see
though.
him in an alley. Like tomorrow, he didn't go to school. Like
Yeah.
he's just, I'm
He's
gonna
in his own
drop
dr-
out.
he's in
Be
his
careful
own
with this
dream.
information.
Go ahead. Anything else?
No, that's it.
You want people to follow you? You've never shouted any of your.
Dude, this thing's
No.
going on 2 hours, man. Like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna end it. I want to shout out. You know what? I'm not gonna shout out any social media. I'm just gonna.
Shout out.
I'm gonna end it.
I'm gonna give a
Dude, I
shout
could
out.
have watched like a movie. Like
No. I'm gonna shout. Well, dude, trust me. People listen. I mean, that's the great thing of a podcast. You could listen 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow.
Or
And if you're listening to this part, I want to shout out to the girl who's on the train right now, listening to this, going to work, having to fight for her 2 kids, that she's a single mom. I just want to shout out that one lady. I've seen it. I'm just gonna
no,
shout.
this is fine. Like,
I'm just
what
gonna.
do
I'm just gonna.
you-
No, I'm not. Every week I'm gonna
Yeah,
end
no,
up.
this
I'm
is
gonna,
great. I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
at the end of the week I'm gonna shout out whoever I've seen during the week or whatever a person. I'm just gonna shout them out, not use their name. Just shout out the experience I saw. So this week I saw a lady on the train. I want to shout her out for working, busting her ass. Who knows about her life? But that's how we're gonna end it.
All right, and with this, I'm going to jump in here for a second here. Anybody else hustling and grinding out there? Thanks for staying with us. And if you got anything you want us to talk about, please let us know. All right, you kids be safe out there.